So the final of the McFarlane's Orc 40,000 Mega Noob in Shuda. I guess Shuda is the gun here. I did not know. So there's a lot of procrastination on this thing here, man. I thought I was going to do some subtle changes on this, but I didn't. I ended up going really kind of deep with it. A longtime supporter, Loga, my good buddy, gave me some ideas about it, what to do, and I was going to do some, like I said, real subtle. As you see the picture here, that it's way different. It was just grays and dark grays. It's all it was, and I wanted to do something different, like I said, but I wasn't sure exactly what it was, but it was going to be really subtle. And then come to find out, it was more than subtle. I ended up going deep with it. I ended up going completely the rust look. The rust and damage Mad Max, you might as well say. The Mad Max look, I guess. I don't know. So I'm just going to make this real quick. This is the actual ending of what I came up with and how it worked out. But I'm going to get some close-ups here. I started on the guns, of course. If you didn't see the videos before this one, I did some walkthroughs what I was going to do with it and what, you know, how it was becoming as it became. But I stopped doing it because I could not make up my mind. I did a live with this, and I added some reds on the side, and I went back and made them rust again. I wasn't happy. I did some up here in the boots. I did I put a lot of red in there. Didn't like it, so I just ended up going back and putting more rust into it, the rust look. And I put some water damage like on the bolts and stuff like here with some black wash. And the only thing I did I was back and forth with the pants. I colored one side blue, one side red. I colored everything. I colored these pants several times. I ended up going just a silver with just a black, and then went over with a silver, just a dry brush silver is all I did, as you can see. That's all I did. And I'm not real happy about the pants, but I was back and forth so many times. I let the black down here with the Forge black, whatever it's called. Yeah, Forge, I believe, black. And up here, just a straight black, and I just dolled it all up. And like I said, everything here was supposed to look damaged. I mean, rusted out to the point like of an almost no return, like a Mad Max sort of rust. I'm happy the way that turned out. Up here, all I did was, as you can see, is I made it a little bit more red than I made the rest of it kind of orange. Like you can tell on top how it's a little different, and from the sides here where it's a little damp, a little more rust. And I just went with some silver and painted these. And it's like I dark washed it a couple times, and I brightened all these colors up, just regular red, yellow, and gold, and some blues. I just rusted. I just dark washed it all up, and it goes with the whole thing. Up top here, I did a little bit of detail work, just a little bit of black here, black there, and black hoses and some silver tips. Outside of that, man, I went into the helmet here, and I just made it a little more different color red. I don't know if you can see it or not, but let's get closer here. A little bit different color red. I don't know if this camera's not the best, but let me see here if I can get a better shot. Yeah, there. I guess that's about as good as it's gonna get. I did put a cut in his eye. I put a cut on his chin that you can't see. I redid the gums again, and I redid the teeth with some caramel and some just caramel and some light browns. That's all it was. I did highlight the skull here, as you can see a little bit. It's not too bad. I'm happy with it. And then with the jaws, all I did with the jaws, as you can see, let me get a little closer here. Let me see. I don't know if this is going to focus to all that close or not, but what I did with the jaws is I just went in with a dark wash, and I painted all the bolts red, and the bolt over here red, and I got some Sunrise Pasture or some crazy dark yellow. It's almost like a mustard, ugly rust yellow. You could use brown. You could use caramel. It didn't matter. But I found it on my shelf from Createx Wicked Colors, and I don't know if you can see it or not. But here, let me see if I can get it going on here in a minute. No, I guess not. What's going on here? I don't know why I can't focus here in a minute. But I guess it's not going to focus for some reason, some odd reason. Let me get closer. I guess that's not going to work either, is it? Why is it not focusing? I don't know at all. Let me see here. Well, It should focus. I don't know why it's not focusing close, but I guess the background. You can see there, I just went in with a couple layers of that sunrise pasture, whatever it's called, and it's real milky. Really look like a dark brown, milky, muddy brown, to make it look like the rust was just running down the jaws, as you can see. Outside of that, these were red. I just left them red, but I dark washed everything just to put the red dot back there, trying to separate things. And I did go back, not over the whole figure. I did go back and I did do a very light, as you can barely see it. Let me see here. You can barely see it, but I did go back and hit lightly with some silver dry brush, and faintly lightly, very, very, very subtle. But I'm real happy the way it turned out. I wish that the pants, I didn't know where to go with the pants. I wasn't sure, so I left it. I kind of copped out and did the safe routine, and just, it looks better in person than it does on camera. It's a little more duller looking because I got all the lights on it and stuff like that. A little more duller than what it looks like on camera, but I do like how this turned out. You can't really tell exactly on camera, but it's like the rust in the old iron, like back in the day, real old iron stuff. I went and I put some water damage here, as you can see. Like I said, you can't really tell too much on camera that I wish you could, because I guess my lighting's not perfect. It's too bright maybe, but I got some, every once in a while I'll put some water damage around the bolt just to make it look like it's just water damage. At least I think, at least I tried. But this here was out of my skill level, that's for sure. It just took me a while, man. It took me a while to really make this thing look like it was really rusted. I decided not to really do anything with these. I know these teeth right here is a perfect opportunity to maybe do something with those and dry brush them, but I didn't. I figure under there would be really rusty if this was real life, which I know it's not real life. If this was a real life orc, under here would be like probably the worst case scenario. All the water would just sit there. Outside of that, man, I'm happy the way it looks, but I feel like it's missing something still, and I'm not sure what that is. I don't know, but I do like the way it looks. Maybe it's missing a diorama piece. Maybe I put them on an old stone or something, I don't know. I think not to switch all over the place, but I did dry brush around the corners here with some silver to really highlight it. But outside of that, man, that's all I did. I mean, it turned out, I'm happy the way it turned out. I like the way it looks. I like to get another one, but this one here was kind of a challenge to me, and altogether, it was a challenge. Like, it really looks, like I said, it's purposely I try to purposely, I don't know why it's not focusing anything. I don't know why, but there you go. I purposely made it look like, or try to make it look like it was rusted. Like, say, water damage on the bolts here, like, and all that stuff running down. I tried to go a little deep with it. I tried. I mean, I guess I achieved what I was looking for. I kind of achieved what I was looking for. I think it's missing something. I don't know what it's missing, but I'm just going to leave it as it is. I'm happy with it. There's not much I'm going to do with it besides put it on my shelf and display it for myself, I guess, in my room. But yeah, this is really cool. I mean, I would recommend. See, I could have put more water damage back here and make it run down. I mean, I could always do that, but I'm not going to mess with it anymore. I've been messing with this thing for weeks. But I even try to go as deep as up here. I also try to go as deep as up here, where I try to keep the insides where it's red inside the vents and shit. And I try, really take my time. And I went through all the hoses and stuff, man. And the lightning bolt as clean as possible, as clean as I could possibly get it. I don't think my thing's on autofocus. I think I have it on manual focus. But anyway, you get the idea how it looks. I really try to keep the bolts clean. I try to keep them I keep my circles really. That's my thing, man. You just have to take your time. But this is a great opportunity for, if you do customization. I love customizing the figures, and I love customizing. I prefer that. Every time I see a figure in a store, I say to myself, I like to paint that a different color. I really prefer that. But yeah, these things right here, if you can get a hold of these, and if you're a customizer, I mean, I like to get a hold of another one. I might buy another one. The other one, I think it's Buzzsaw or something like that. But I think I may go a different route with him. I might make him really bright and flashy. I don't know. But right now, that's down the road. If here and there or at all, I might just keep this one where it's at and keep it, and that's about it. It was kind of a pain in the ass for me. I'm not going to lie. But I'm happy the way it came. I know I keep saying that, but this is I know I'm skipping around too as well. I'm trying to make a video fast, so I'm not, but I'm making it longer by skipping around. But this is a great opportunity when it comes to attention to detail. When there's so much going on here for $40. Like I said, I got this one for $15. One of the best buys I think I picked up. One of the best buys absolutely in 2022 from last year. One of the best buys I ever picked up. $15 for this thing. $15, but the only thing is, I think unless I heat it up, his arm's jacked. His arm's locked. This arm's not. Yeah, it moves up and down. It moves around. It moves up and down. Fine, but this arm is locked. I didn't try to mess with it. I don't care. Now I got his face shield off. Maybe I can show you. Here's a little bit of it where I just made it look like water damage. I figure if this was real life, which I know it's not, if he was able to move around, this here wouldn't as rust up as much as this stuff that's stationary on his body, in my opinion, because it looks like he's trapped in that armor. But this here is like a good example where you can see the water damage coming down. It's kind of hard with my lights on and stuff like that, but you can see where the effect I was trying to go for. I was thinking about darkening this up even more. It's a little darker and duller. Now it's on the floor. It's a little darker and duller off camera, but I was done at this point, man. I was done. But anyway, thank you guys for watching. I know I kind of rambled on. I appreciate if you follow the builds. I appreciate all the support. Until next time, I'll see you guys later.